Hey everyone, I'm Deep Jyoti and I welcome you all to this JEE Main 2026 paper discussion. And today we are going to discuss January 24th shift to paper. And for that, we have our star mathematics faculty with us, Ravi sir and Rakesh sir.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So, sir, when you saw the paper, what was your first reaction?
Paper is not very difficult and the known pattern and all are the known pattern.
And if I ask you about the trend, like is it following the trend of JEE or is it something different from the JEE trend?
No, the following the trend of JEE. And if I compare from the last year 2024 and 25, the questions are much more easier this year.
Okay, so the questions are much more easier.
Except 2-3 shift and some of the questions are difficult and lengthy. But overall is this year questions mathematics paper are more easy than
Okay.
last 2024 and 25.
Actually, this is the usual pattern that they follow. In the first 2 days or something, they'll usually give difficult papers, and as we go forward,
As you may go
usually
forward,
the difficulty of maths paper usually comes down.
All
That's the
right,
pattern.
all
that
right.
we
That's the
have.
pattern that JEE is following.
Usually we observe
All right.
last 2 years.
All right. So with that, let us start digging into the questions. So, sir, what is your reaction to the first question?
So the first question is a dictionary-based question. It's a very usual question. The only thing is there is a double U in that. Other than that, it's a very pretty straightforward question. This has been asked in previous years also.
Okay.
Same.
Rank
want
in the
to ask?
dictionary, yeah.
Yeah.
Rank in that dictionary is very known questions.
All right. What about question number 2?
Question number 2 is asking the maximum value of n which divides 40 to the power n divides factorial 60. So prime factorizations and their exponent is the known concept.
Okay. Okay. So again, second question is also an easy and known concept. What about question number 3?
The magnitude of the complex number, product of the magnitude of the complex number is known. The observations, how many required factors for the product will come 44,200.
See, all these questions are straight objective questions. You apply the formula in
And
one or
then
two
you-
lines. You are going to get
You'll
the
get
answer.
the answer. Okay. So basically, like formula based
Yeah,
question.
not lengthy questions.
All
Even
right.
concept based and quite short.
All right.
Solution.
Okay. So moving on to question number 4.
Yeah, question number 4 is also image-based question. This in the class and in our GTMs, it's a very regular question that we ask.
About question number 4, this concept first came the image of the parabola with respect to a given line. This question first came in JEE Advanced and then later came in JEE Main also 2 years
Okay.
before.
So it is
And-
a PYQ,
Yeah,
right?
PYQ. So
All
PYQ
right.
is very compulsory and questions is easy because the image mirror line is slope with 1. So equally inclined with the coordinate axis. So easy to write the mirror image.
All right. With that, let's move on to question number 5.
Question number 5 looks a little difficult to the students who did not see that model. But if they have seen this model, this question is also quite straightforward.
Quite straightforward. Okay.
There is only one step that needs to be done.
All
and
right.
once you just have to multiply with 1 by 3 minus 4 by 7. If you do that, it's quite pretty
It's
straightforward.
basically a straightforward question until and unless you're not.
If you have
used to-
seen that question before, that would have
Yeah.
been quite
All right.
easy.
Okay. Okay. So let's go on to question number 6.
Yeah. Question number 6 is also very straightforward.
Yeah,
You
real
see,
and distinct roots.
this paper, it's not like the previous papers.
Right.
It's quite easy. If the students are conversant with the concepts of quadratic equations, pretty straightforward question.
Okay. So with that, let's go to question number 7.
Question number 7 is based on the domain, sine inverse and the composite functions and easy questions and only need to careful in the calculations, otherwise the questions are
They're also asking this question in every shift.
yeah, domain based question is coming every
And
shift.
among all the domain-based questions of all the shifts, this was the easiest.
Easiest question. Okay. Okay. So basically, like so far, we feel that the paper is very easy peasy. Okay. Let's go to question number 8.
Question number 8, the difference of two function. In one function's modulus of ln x, second function is modulus of x minus 1. So only at one modulus will break and then make the graph and check the differentiability at one. And questions is easy, no calculations. Steps, 2 steps enough.
Yeah, that's what. If you can draw the graph or if you can identify the critical points, it's quite easy. Right.
Okay. With that, let's go to question number 9.
Question number 9 also I would say it's nothing much. Basic limits question. You just have to use tan of a minus b formula. Uh, you'll get the answer.
Right, the question looks very easy to me as well. At
Even
first.
there are no lengthy questions. Even reading the questions is quite easy.
Right.
In some papers, the questions will be
Long
quite
enough
lengthy,
so that it takes a lot
it
of
takes
time.
time to read.
Correct.
So in this paper, it's quite straightforward till now.
Okay. So let's now go to question number 10.
Yeah.
Question number 10, same questions, the same concept came this session also in another shift. Asking the number of, I
Okay.
think is the question is also same. I think with the
yesterday
data is also same, right?
Okay.
The number of integral coordinates inside the ellipse symmetry is applicable here.
Even the options also not.
Yeah. And then next question 11th. Sir, I think the first time this kind of questions came in JEE, IIT, JEE in the year of 2006.
Yeah.
And the repeatedly JEE Main asking this concept is 11th, the indefinite integral, what we will substitute in the denominator, their derivative is available in the numerator.
Okay.
Is very
We
good.
usually call it pumping in, pumping out model.
Okay.
So usually we'll discuss that in the classes. Direct question.
Okay. All right. With that, let's go to question number 12 now.
Question number 12, again statistics question. Usually statistics is not a very difficult chapter.
Yeah, it
and
is asking mean
this
and
is also-
variance.
yeah, this is also quite straightforward question.
Straightforward question.
Two
All
line-
right.
2 lines you'll get the answer.
Okay, so let's go to question number 13.
Again, 13th question. Also, you just have to take a parametric point on the circle and solve the
Cartesian.
yeah.
Cartesian.
You can
And write the locus of the ellipse.
Yeah, you
and
can
then
directly get the
write the
things.
relation between major axis, minor axis, and eccentricity of the ellipse.
yeah, that's it.
And
Okay.
about the 14 questions, this kind of questions earlier also came, first time came in IIT JEE, 4-5 years before. And this concept repeatedly asking JEE Main also.
I think this is a repeat question, right?
Yeah,
Same question.
yeah,
has
same
been
question,
asked,
same idea came in first IIT JEE Advanced.
Okay.
And now he's asking JEE Main, and in the JEE Main first time not came. Earlier also came this concept, this pattern.
All right. So basically,
In mathematics, so what we'll say, the observation of pattern is very important. You have to observe the pattern very intelligently. What kind of pattern is given in the question, then how you will attempt. If you attempt the question in the right way, then automatically the number of steps will shrink. If you attempt the question in the wrong way,
Right.
then it will
it will get elongated.
is
Absolutely
right.
true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So basically, we can say that the crux is that you should solve the previous year questions, be
Yeah.
well versed with the JEE advanced questions,
Yeah.
because those JEE advanced
And
questions
you
are
have to
being
be the very
asked as JEE main questions.
intelligent observer.
Intelligent observer, right?
Because a good mathematician are intelligent observer.
All
But
right.
converse of the statement is not true.
Okay.
All intelligent observers are not mathematicians.
Good mathematician, right?
Converse of the statement is not true.
Okay, so with that note, we have completed all the analysis of all the questions that we had. Thank you so much, sir,
Thank
for
you.
being there.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we'll move on to the next subject next. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, now it's high time to discuss physics paper, and for that we have two physics experts, Vibhav sir and Sunil sir. Welcome, sir. So now, sir, Vibhav sir, my question to you is: when you saw the question paper for the first time, how did you feel?
So this time, I think this is probably one of the most difficult papers that we have in the current session. So normally we have difficult questions like 3-4 questions, which are a bit on the difficult side. But this time, I'll say the number is gone up to 12 to 15 actually.
Okay. And Sunil sir, my question to you is that did the question paper follow the trend, or was it somewhere off with the trend?
As Vibhav sir has already told, the paper is little bit difficult. So compared to the previous JEE Mains paper we have seen in this session, this is following a different trend. It is difficult. Every question is involving little bit more logic, more calculation compared to the earlier paper we have seen.
So basically, it's like we have already discussed the maths paper. So maths was very easy peasy. So in order to do the compensation, they have made the physics hard. Okay. So now let's dig into the questions, and I'll be asking your reaction to the questions one by one. So starting with question number 1.
So one from mains point of view, it is a bit newer. Else it is a good question, manageable. But from mains level, it is a bit higher.
Okay. So higher from the mains level.
Yes, mechanics
Okay.
is there, but it's
Bits on the higher level. All right. Going to question number 2.
Question number 2 is about regular. Calculation heavy little bit, but concept-wise is irregular only.
Okay,
No issue.
regular question. What about question 3?
3 is also a bit regular. Calculation again involved, but known. Students
Okay,
can handle that.
known.
Yes.
Okay, fine. What about question 4? It has a lot of graphs.
Yeah, but 4 is also a bit better question of the graphs actually. Easy still, but one of the better questions in graphs.
Okay, one of the better questions. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 5. Again, it has some graphs.
No, 5 is based on vertical circular motion.
Okay,
So again, this is still, as we discussed earlier, so this is one of the better questions here. Advanced point of view, it's okay, but mains is
pretty on the higher side.
yes, a little bit on the higher side.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, so let's go on to question number 6. Again, it's something current electricity.
true. Current, this is on the easier side. So
Okay.
if the students pay attention and do not overcomplicate things, they simplify the circuit, they can manage to do it easily.
They will be able to manage it.
Yes.
All right. What about question number 7?
Now, 7th is something which is, meter bridge, potentiometer. This concept has been coming almost in every session.
Okay.
So this is again a manageable question.
Okay.
Yes.
So manageable. All right. What about question number 8?
8 is based on resistance, equivalent resistance. Symmetry based question is there.
Okay.
Normally, we do not see such questions in mains. So again,
So the students, physics.
this time it's on the higher side.
Right. Okay, fine. Going to question number 9th.
So 9th again based on resonance tube, organ pipes. So, but this is okay question.
Okay,
fine.
question.
Yes.
All right. What about question number 10?
10 conceptually is easy. Simply change in area you need to find out, but calculation is involved.
Okay, calculation is involved. So now let's move on to Sunil sir. So what was your reaction to question number 11th?
Question 11 is again a ratio proportion type of question, but student can go wrong here because they have not mentioned to take the mass of the two cylinder equal.
Right.
So if student forget to take mass different, then they will land to wrong answer. They should have same. They should keep the same density of two cylinders.
Okay. So basically a question is straightforward, but again there is a
Chance of
a
mistake.
chance of mistake. All right. Okay. What about question number 12?
Question 12 is okay. It's not too tough, not too easy. You have to do little bit of calculation, but it's manageable.
Okay, manageable. Fine. What about question 13, loops and all?
Question 13 is also on easier side compared in if we see the calculation involved, but some student, because you have to take care of the directions of the two loops magnetic field, so they
Right.
can go wrong also here.
Okay. Now what about question number 14?
Question 14 involved little bit of calculation also, equation solving also. So compared to the previous type of questions we have seen in JEE Mains this year, this is on a higher side.
Okay, now let's move on to question number 15. Something related to diode?
No, it's the logic gate question.
Logic gate, yes.
Yes, you have to solve the circuit, find the effective output of Y in terms of A and B. Then you have to find the truth table of that. So if students is well versed in Boolean algebra, they can definitely get this question. Otherwise, it will be difficult.
But this chapter generally student skips, right?
But every year, every paper of JEE Mains, you will find at least one question.
One
on
question from
semiconductor
it, right?
Or logic gate. So student have to take
To
care
do
of-
it.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so what about question number 16?
Question 16 is on easier side. Generally, student remember this kind of situation. It's on fluid statics. They are asking the volume of object inside the liquid. So it's very basic fluid static question.
Basic fluid static question. All right. What about question number 17?
Question 17 is from modern physics.
Right.
But it has a trick involved. You can see in the second equation, there is a minus sign involved.
Right.
Student can forget to see this minus sign and they can land to wrong answer.
Wrong answer.
Yes.
And the wrong option is there?
Yes, it is also there.
Okay. So the setter has done the setting of the question paper very nicely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So going on to question number 18.
Question again, 18 is on standard line. It is an easier question compared to other. It can be manageable. It is just finding the shunt resistance required to convert a galvanometer into a meter.
All right. Question number 19.
Question 19 is a question of rotation. You have to find angular velocity of rod when rod become horizontal. So it's a pretty standard question of rotation, but little bit of calculation involved. So we can say this is on moderate side.
Moderate side, because it's a calculation heavy question.
Yes.
Okay. So with that, we are at the last question, that is question number 20.
Question 20 is again a very interesting question because this is an optics based question.
Yes.
Yes. They are asking focal length of the lens, but the magnification here is given as positive. So if student is not attentive to this positive sign,
Right.
they can get the wrong answers. So
Right.
you have to take care of this sign of magnification. So this is a very specific situation of
Okay.
the optics.
So basically, what would you like to say? Like both of you, one by one. So Nil, sir, you tell me, like, what do you want to say for the future aspirants? Maybe for the April session?
Yes, they should not think like there is a set pattern of JEE Mains after looking this paper, because the level can be adjusted abruptly.
True.
And all the other sessions were easier and suddenly they have given you a tougher paper. It is still on the JEE Main standard, not very tough to advanced standard, but definitely way above the previous papers we have seen.
All right. What about you, sir?
Same thing. Any particular set mindset, any particular set timeline mindset that I'll go and put this much time in physics, this much time
Right.
in chemistry. This will, make them, get into a trap.
Right, right,
So
absolutely.
Time management, they have to be open. They have to see the paper actually and adjust their timing. And I think, as you discussed, maths is a bit on the easier side.
Right,
So
right.
probably they have to give more time in physics this time.
Right. So basically, students, you do not set any time in your mind before appearing or before going to the examination, because you may find one paper, one segment of the paper easy while the other segment of the paper hard. So basically, you have to adjust your time and be open to the questions and be receptive. With that, thank you so much for for being there. Thank you. Now it's high time to discuss the chemistry paper, and for that we have Neha ma'am with us. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, when you saw the paper, what was your first reaction?
Well, this is the type of paper when you see, you find it very easy, all seen, all good. Oh, confirmations asked. And when you start solving it, it is a tough paper because of physical chemistry calculations.
Okay, so for the first time in all the shifts that we are doing,
Yes.
we have gotten a tough paper.
Tough paper.
Okay, so let's see the questions one by one. Ma'am, what was your reaction to first question?
Question first is atomic structure, and students must note that in every shift, atomic structure is repeatedly asked.
Right.
So, from the spectrum chapter or spectrum subtopic of atomic structure, question is asked quite easy. Just you need to know the exact concept and the formula.
Right. What about the second question?
Second question is, I will call it a little tricky because people usually work for first ionization
Right,
energy.
this is second ionization
They are asking
enthalpy.
second ionization
Correct.
enthalpy. So when they are asking second, that is the trick. Like as I said, that first go ionization enthalpy puche. So
Right.
simple, so simple.
Right.
But when you will do it, you have to be careful. You need to know the exact configuration and concept. What will be the effect of those
Correct,
configurations?
correct,
So
correct.
it is not that easy as it appears in a first look.
Right. What about the third question?
Third is extremely simple, I would say, to pamper back the students, to cover the shock of first and second. Third is there. Just see what is
Yes.
secondary alcohol, mark
Yes,
it.
what is secondary alcohol?
Yes, yes. The
Very
only thing is that it is a type of multi-correct.
Right.
If you notice in this particular session 1, they are asking, they give multi number of compounds and then they make it single correct out of that.
Correct, correct. Yes, with the different
Yes,
options
with
altogether.
different options. So that is a difficult thing, as time consuming
Time
is
consuming
what I
for
would
the
say.
students to sort it out.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the fourth question.
Fourth question is again a question which is, I'll call it a little tricky. Why tricky? Because how many linear tripeptides are possible? By that logic, usually students go by 2 raised by 3.
Right.
Right? But then they have added one small line, no amino acid should be repeated.
Right.
So it is, you have to take care, oh, you cannot go for that direct formula. You need to know more of PNC,
Right.
what to apply exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
So, moving on to the question number 5.
Question number 5 is again from the spectrum order of wavelength of absorbed radiations. So again, something where you need to know exactly what type of ligands are there, what type of
Right.
geometries will be there, what will be the CFSC, and then you can solve the question. So this is something you cannot crack by just seeing
Just
the
saying
question.
The options, right.
Right, you have to arrange in order, so you have to go for
Correct.
everything. You must have been well versed with what is given in NCRT.
I think for question number 5th, you have to apply multiple concepts altogether.
Multiple concepts, and that too with, if you are well versed with the chapter.
Right, right.
Right, so many different type of combinations. Though appearingly, again, it is just cobalt complexes which are being asked.
Right. Okay, so let's move on to question number 6.
6 is again compensatory question, I'll say, because directly they have given some confirmations and by very basic confirmation stability is being asked. Statement 2 is slightly, I would say, fraction of second you need to spend on that to understand the language, and then it is fine.
Okay, what about question number 7?
Question number 7 is a good question from aldehyde ketone chapter, and if someone will pay attention to that word always, then they can crack it. Like
Right.
always they form such 4 products. It was supposed to be always give 4 products. So
Right, right.
that
right.
is the
Basically, you have
trick.
to be very vigilant while you're reading the questions,
Yes,
right?
yes, you
Yeah.
have to be.
Let's move on to question number 8.
Question number 8 is, I would say, you have to take out time properly to write the equations, and then only you can reach to the correct option.
Right.
So you have to know what is the correct format of thermochemistry questions, how you have to go for the bond energy out of this.
Right. Okay. So let's move on to question number 9.
Question number 9 is about same bond order and our paramagnetic chemical bonding. Now these days there are only 4 major chapters left from inorganic for
Right.
mains. So out of this, if you see, every paper is having coordination.
Right.
And every paper
Coordination
is
is
having
there.
chemical bonding,
Chemical
because
bonding, yeah.
these two are the major chapters left for inorganic. So this is from that, and first time this bond order and paramagnetic combination, first time with respect to this
All the
session,
shifts,
has
yes,
appeared.
that has
But
appeared.
this is like, if you know the molecular orbital theory, you can do it. If you don't remember that order of filling electronic configuration, you will be stumbled.
You may stuck here,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, so let's go to question number 10 now.
Question number 10 is electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is always like one of the star topic of all these exams. So it is there, and conceptual question, I would say, right? If you know the proper concept, apply it, small calculations, and get the answer.
All right. What about question number 11, ma'am?
Question number 11 again is of molar conductivity based on pKa, and I would regard this as a relatively tougher side. You need to be proper, well versed with this particular topic. Then only you
Okay.
can solve it with correct calculation. That is the constraint.
Now let's move on to question number 12.
Question number 12 is, this concept is coming continuously in paper, but
Okay.
this time they have again changed little. What was coming in last 7 sets were, they were giving the percentage yield and asking amount of the product.
Right.
So this time they have given the product and asked the
Ask
percentage
the percentage yield. Yeah,
yield.
they've just twisted the
Yes,
question.
but the calculations are like to the second decimal place. So it will take time. See, 80 and 81.48 is thoda bhi agar kisi ne what should I say,
If they do not
close
take-
le liya
right.
or
If they take
round off.
approximation, so
Yes,
yeah,
so
they
there
will land
can
up to a wrong option.
somewhere in between, and then it could be a problem. Otherwise, it is okay.
Right. All right. So let's go to question number 13 now.
13 is a nice question, is a very good question, but again, it will take few seconds to resolve all those 4 options, and how, because both are aldehyde form, P and Q.
Right.
This is one of the past JEE advanced question in which one was aldehyde and one was ketone.
Okay.
Originally, whether I should say the word originally or not, but this concept of question was JEE advanced once asked. It was aldehyde and ketone. They have switched to both aldehydes. So smartly they have reframed the question and given the options. So it's a good question.
So basically the setters are also using the previous year questions, because
Yes,
we have discussed
yes.
in the previous session also that the setters are using some previous year
Yes.
questions.
At least they are modifying those and having the same concept around.
Correct. Right. Now let's go to question number 14.
Question number 14, a group 7 element has a +7 oxidation state. Now, this question is, what should I say, direct ke jagah, they are rounding it off
Okay.
around the concept.
Right.
They
They're
are
just
just
holding around the same
asking color
concept.
of KMNO4.
Right.
But they are not asking color of
Directly,
KMNO4.
right.
They are asking, you need to know what is the 7th element, then what is the +7, and then what is the salt of it with potassium.
Correct.
If you know that, okay, how the numbering of groups is done,
Right. Then
it's
only
okay.
you'll be able to solve
Yeah.
it.
Now here some students are still practicing that old method of numbering the groups.
Right.
So they all will be filtered by this question.
Correct.
They might go for
They might miss magnesium, manganese over here.
and go for halogens.
Right.
But
P block, they
whereas
might go to P
yeah,
block.
this is like long time back it has been changed, but anyhow they are people who are still using that.
Okay, so like if the concepts are not taught well, you may land up in a
Yeah.
wrong option. Okay, so let's go to question number 15 now.
Question number 15 is from vapor pressure, that is the colligative property or liquid solution. Again, a question or a topic which is appearing continuously in almost every paper.
Right, solutions.
Right, solution is coming continuously. After that, like formula based, I think, but calculative question.
Nice. Now let's go to question number 16.
In question number 16, what our students have told, I am little doubtful about this word general. In general test of barium and calcium, give the precipitate. Right? As per NCERT, it is like the answer should have been first chromate sulfate. But due to this language, general, or if they have actually given this, I would say 90% people will go for carbonate.
Okay, so what do you think? Should be the correct option?
Answer should be first chromate and sulfate, barium, strontium, calcium, confirmed by chromate, sulfate and oxalate. As per NCERT lab manual, confirmatory test given, BSc CSO is what we use to, people to remember it.
Right. Now, let's move on to question number 17.
Question number 17 is a basic question out of how to decide the rules of how to decide the stability of resonating structures.
Right.
So it is quite simple, and yeah, but you have to read all the four options.
Right.
We
Without
don't
reading,
know.
you cannot eliminate.
Yes, because you have to read all the four options, and whatever simple it is, when you read and you process, you need to invest time.
Correct.
If you are in anxiety, if you are not giving justified time, such questions are like
They will be
very
lining up you
they
with
cost
your
you
negative mark.
they cost you a lot,
Right.
because you will immediately jump to other option and have a negative mark.
All right. So with that, we are at the end. Let's move on to the last question. That is the question number 18.
Question number 18 is slight calculative, and you have to pick up your pen and paper properly and solve it. From ionic equilibrium, as you can see, concentration of each product, and then they are asking all this concentrations. So yes, small calculation, but I would say careful calculation.
Careful calculation.
Yeah, it may appear direct calculation, it to hai, but no, you have to be careful. You will immediately jump off to very close call options.
Correct. So ma'am, like now we are done with this paper discussion. So what is one thing that you would like to tell for the students who are going to appear in the April session?
Well, my suggestion in general, not for April, but always, even if you go for advanced, is identify what you are aspiring for as a JEE aspirant. Ultimately, you want to be some engineer or some high-profile job. So what are the things that we look for? That is what is required. There is no shortcut to success. Don't go for, someone telling, like these days, so many YouTube channels telling end movements, those marathons and then
all,
short tricks. They will not get you anywhere. Okay? The rule of the eternity is there is no shortcut to success. Read NCERT. Don't search who will tell you 10 points.
Right.
First thing. Second thing, when you are in a paper process, don't lose heart under pressure.
Right.
That is the second thing. Sometimes people, maths is tough, this is tough, so I started forgetting. You have to be like strong under those conditions, and only you can be a good citizen ultimately for us as a country. So that is what I would want you survive under pressure.
All right. So these were the last notes. So basically you have to read NCERT and keep your mind calm whenever you see the paper. The paper may appear tricky, but you have to keep your calm. With that, we are done with chemistry. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.